Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Madhupad Prabhu, Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu joined 8 o'clock. So I want to start.
Okay. I don't see.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Is there?
Oh, Hari Bol.
Are you able to hear me?
Prabhu ki jai.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, all goes to Prabhupada. Is my voice clear, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So go ahead, Prabhuji.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Okay, so I'll start. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, Prabhuji. So I'll start with the prayers now. Is everybody able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Just want to confirm. Okay, I'll start with prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Hudirayat Nashtaprayeshu Abhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktiri Bhavati Naistiki Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. So today we're going to talk about the glories of Srimad Bhagavad-Gita. Okay. So, this is the first time I'm talking about this one, so I never spoke. Please excuse me if any mistakes, etc. So, then I'll start with this some introduction about Bhagavad-Gita here, how Bhagavad-Gita came into existence, what the importance of Bhagavad-Gita, and why Krishna's Bhagavad-Gita has to be heard, and how it's established by different acharyas, etc. And also, reading Bhagavad-Gita, what are the benefits of reading Bhagavad-Gita? Because we are always do any work, we look for the benefits, what benefits I'm getting out of it, okay? And also how Lord Shiva explained to Mother Parvati about the glories of Bhagavad-Gita. Then Srila Prabhupada, in the introduction to Bhagavad-Gita, he writes Gita Mahatya, importance of reading Bhagavad-Gita and benefits of Bhagavad-Gita. Because we are always look for benefits, what I am going to get. That's first question. If I ask something to do somebody, what's the benefit for me, right? So the Bhagavad-Gita gives lots of benefits. We are going to see next 30-40 minutes, okay? So I would like to start on the introduction to Bhagavad-Gita. Like Bhagavad-Gita was spoken 5,000 years back, right? And whatever was spoken 5,000 years back, Bhagavad-Gita, it is valid in those days, it is valid now, it will be valid rest of eternity in the future as well, okay? Because why Bhagavad-Gita got a significance? Because it is coming directly spoken by the Lord. Partaya Pratipodita Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. Swayam Narayana, Swayam Lord Sri Krishna spoke these words. Okay. And Krishna is the supreme Lord of gods. So he himself spoke on these planets. This acquires significance. And also, Bhagavad Gita is called the essence of all Upanishads. We have 108 Upanishads, 18 Puranas, etc., right? And all the essence of the Upanishads is given in Bhagavad. That's why Gita is also called Gita Upanishad. Because, now, nobody has time to go through all the 108 Upanishads and get the essence of it. So Lord Sri Krishna is so merciful, he made the essence of all 108 Upanishads into one Upanishad called Gita Upanishad. Okay. And we know we have the Vedas, millions of shlokas. We have Vedas divided into 3 sections, Jnana Kanda, Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, etc., etc. All the essence of all this Vedic literature is confirmed in only one shloka called Paribhasha Sutra of Bhagavad Gita, given by Lord Sri Krishna, 15:15. Right? It gives that the essence of reading Bhagavad Gita, Sarvasya Chaham Vrisannivisto, Matta Smritir Jnanam Apoha Nancha, Vedesya Sarvam Mahameva Vedjo, Vedanta Krut Vedavi Teha Chaham. He says that the whole purpose of reading the Vedas, Upanishads, Brahma Sutras, etc., etc., so much literature, vastly, billions of shlokas are there. But if one reads Sri's Bhagavad Gita, that has a content of every essence of all the Upanishads, etc., everything is there in this Bhagavad Gita. That's why it's called Gita Upanishad. Okay. And especially because in Kali Yuga, if you understand Gita, means you got all the essence of the Upanishads. Okay. And even, for example, before Krishna consciousness came into existence, even before that, in our India, and British ruling, that when the accused has to take the oath, if you're a Muslim, they take on the Quran, if they're Christian, they take on the oath on the Bible. But when it came to Hinduism, because we had all misconceptions about the God since time immemorial, right? But we all agreed on one point, that Hindus will take oath on Bhagavad Gita. That we all agreed on one point. We had a Tulsi Ramayana, we have Valmiki Ramayana, etc., and we have Brahma Sutras, Upanishads, but we all agreed on one point, that Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all, because it was spoken by the Lord himself. Pataya Pratibodhita Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. He spoke directly. It got so much significance, and we all agreed on that. Accused and take on Bhagavad Gita. Even if you see in the courts, they put hand on Bhagavad Gita and take the oath. So this has got a lot of significance. Okay. So then, and also Bhagavad Gita was also spoken at a particular place that's called Kurukshetra. Any words we say, they have a time, place, circumstances plays very important role. Here, Bhagavad Gita was spoken at a place called Kurukshetra in India. And also, that Kurukshetra is a very, very sacred place. And Lord Parashurama did sacrifices in that place. And Krishna himself, in those days, when the eclipses come, they used to go to Kurukshetra and conduct sacrifices there. Okay. And because of the place where it was spoken, it got acquired significance as well. Okay. That's why if you go to Bhagavad Gita first shloka, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Kurukshetra is the place where Lord Parashurama did sacrifices. So the place has also got a very significance in that place. Okay. Then going back to why the question comes is, why Krishna, why we have to hear from Krishna? right? Why Krishna? Why not somebody else? And as per the Shastric evidence, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna as defined, because we have misconceptions about the God. Even I had, until I come to his divine grace Prabhupada's shelter, we had the misconceptions about the definition of the God. As defined by Parasara Muni, Vyasadeva's father, the God is Lord Sri Krishna, who has 6 opulences 100%. Aishvaryasya samagrasya, virasya yashasya, jnana vairagya sochaiva, sanam bhakantingi. Who has 6 opulences complete: strength, fame, wisdom, wealth, beauty, and renunciation. He has 100%. See, we all in this creation, we are looking for, I want more money. Okay, then you go to a person who has a rich chest and ask him, what did you do to get a rich? Then we all want to be Balavan. We go to the Balavan, hey, what did you do? What you did? How did you exercise? You etc. A fame, we go to a famous person, how did you become a famous? A beauty, we all want to be beauty. You go to a beautiful person, ask him, what did you do? Etc. etc. But all these 6, especially wealthy, we know to the wealthy person, how to become a rich. We go to rich person, we attend seminars, how to become a rich. But all these 6 qualities, 6 opulences are there in Krishna. If you go to Krishna, you get all the answers for these opulences as well. So you get your material as well as spiritual benefits. Going to Krishna and listening what he's saying. Listening what he's saying. That is what Bhagavad-Gita is. Okay. And also here, Krishna says in the 4th chapter, why Bhagavad-Gita was spoken. The Bhagavad-Gita was spoken millions of years back. Millions of years back. It was first spoken to sun god. Then later it was spoken to Manu. Manu was spoken to Ikshvaku, etc. That came all the way through disciplic succession. But, we cannot expect every king to be like Manu and Ikshvaku. There are some impious kings came in between. The system was broken. The Parampara system was broken. Again, Lord Krishna's promise that whenever there is a broken succession, he will come back again, as per the shloka, Paritranaya sadhuna, vinashaya duskrutam, dharma samsthapanardaya sambhavami yuge yuge. He says whenever a disciplic succession is broken, when adharma prevails, he would come. He came again to teach same Bhagavad Gita principles to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Again, also Krishna confirms the 4th chapter that he says that I came here, it was spoken to you millions of years back, Arjuna. You forgot, I remember, because I am a God. Everywhere Krishna establishes his supremacy of a God. If you take, for example, Bible, Jesus never said I am a God. He said I am a son of a God. If you take Quran, and of course they are devotees, okay? They are in the Vasalya Bhav. And Muhammad came, he gave principles of Quran, but he never claimed himself to be a God. He said, my friend is in the heaven, etc., in the Sakya Bhav. But only Krishna, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, establishes his supremacy, saying, I am the God. I spoke this knowledge to you, Arjuna. You don't remember because you are a Jiva Tattva, and I am God. I remember these things. So, and also in Bhagavad Gita, you should take shlokas, it says Arjuna Uvacha. But it never said Krishna Uvacha. It says Bhagavan Uvacha. That shows the supremacy of Lord Sri Krishna, claiming to be a God. So that establishes that we have to hear to Bhagavad Gita because he's the God of the gods. Okay. And also, who gets this knowledge? Because we all read Bhagavad Gita, but Krishna affirms in the 4th chapter 2 conditions have to be met to become eligible in the sense to get the full benefits of Bhagavad Gita. One is you should be a devotee, Sakaha and Bhakta, devotee and friend. They get this knowledge very clearly what Krishna is speaking. So that's about the just background of Bhagavad-Gita, how it came into existence, and why Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And also, in several places, Krishna declares, I am a God. And also confirmed Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 3rd chapter, Krishna is the source of all incarnations. You come all incarnations all the way down, but it says, Etacham Shokalam Krishna, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. We have all plenary portions of portions, but Krishna is the Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Purna Purusha, 64 qualities, 100%. He is the Bhagavan. Everything emanates from him. Okay, so these are the basic, basic information that we accept Bhagavad Gita as the supreme book. And what is the Mahatya? Krishna explains, example, what benefits we get reading Bhagavad Gita, right? So I'll go to the His Divine Grace Prabhupada, very clearly explained in introduction, actually. In introduction, Prabhupada writes, Gita Mahatya. Mahatya means, kya, Hindi mein bolte hain, kya, what's the use? What's the use? Gita Mahatya explains very clear. Bhagavad Gita is the transcendental literature which one should read carefully. Gita Shastram idam punyam ya patet prayata puman. If one properly follows the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, can be freed from all miseries and anxieties of life. I just want to spend some time here. Miseries and anxieties of life. Okay. The Kali Yuga comes with 4 inherent characteristics. We all know that. Okay. The first one is imperfect senses. Okay. And cheating propensity. And imperfect senses and committing mistakes. Okay, etc. These 4 things comes. These are inherently involved in the Kali Yuga. They are called what you call, by default they are there. Okay, to come out of those 4 imperfect things in Kali Yuga, the only solution is to read Bhagavad Gita literature, Bhagavatam. That frees from these miseries and anxiety. Anxieties of everything is anxiety in this Kali Yuga. Now we are all suffering from corona anxiety. If corona is gone, some other corona comes. Everything anxiety. That's why Krishna's 2nd chapter, Padam Gachanti Anamayam. Because we are living in Kunta. With the Kunta means everything is a misery. Morning to evening we are living in miseries of anxieties of life. That's why this Bhagavad Gita is recommended to read to come out as miseries of anxieties of the life. That's what. And Bhaya Shokadi Varjitaha. One will be freed from all fears in this life, and one's next life will be spiritual. What does it mean? One's next life will be spiritual means will be transported to the Goloka Vrindavan without any doubt. One will be freed from fears in this life means you get present benefits here. This is the insurance policy Krishna is giving. You go to insurance merchant, he says, oh, when you die, you will get $1 million to your family will be happy, but what about you? That is what Bhagavad Gita giving. Not only this life, in the next life also you will be given guarantee. That is spiritual. You will be transported to Goloka Vrindavan. Krishna says in n number of shlokas, become my devotee, right? And he says that, become my devotee, then you will become to me. The 8th chapter full of Antakale Chamamema, Smanan Mukta Kale, Brahma Bhavana Loka, Punara Varchunarjuna, Mahu Pechadu Kauntaya, Punarjanmana Vidyate. Krishna gives again, time and again, he gives guarantee. No insurance policy in this world gives that much guarantee. You will come to me and you will take my abode and you come to me without a fail. This is the insurance policy 100%. So that's the meaning of in this life, fears in this life, and also one's next life will be spiritual. And also 6th chapter Dhyana Yoga, Krishna explains very clearly, even if you cannot able to finish your journey towards Goloka Vrindavan in this lifetime, you will be given a chance again, next life to guarantee the human form of life. Show me which shastra where it says this guarantee. Even if you don't finish, second chapter, 40th shloka says, Neha Vikramanasasi, Pratyavayanavi, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. You do a small amount of devotional service to me, I can give guarantee you'll become human form of next lifetime, and you will be taken birth in perfect Vaishnava family. You can practice your bhakti from there. This is the Mahatya of Gita, folks. Nowhere in the creation we have this kind of Mahatya. Okay? And also, further it says, if one reads Bhagavad Gita very sincerely, with all seriousness, then by the grace of the Lord, the reaction of his past misdeeds will not act upon him. Are you able to hear me? I just want to confirm one more time.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. If one reads Bhagavad Gita very sincerely and with all seriousness, then by the grace of the Lord, the reactions of his past misdeeds will not act upon him. Look at that, how beautifully read. The past misdeeds, if you go back to karmic reactions, we have prarabdha karma, aprarabdha karma. Anyway, prarabdha karma is manifested already, but the prarabdha which is yet to come, that will also reduced. That is one of the 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita talks about 5 topics, right? What is that? Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. Out of these 5, 4 are fixed. You cannot change. Only one variable factor in the equation, karma. You can change your karma. Look at the reaction of his past misdeeds will not act upon him. Aprarabdha karma can be changed by, and Rupa Goswami confirms in Bhakti-rasamrita, aprarabdham phalam papam bijam phulam phulomukam karmaneya phalayate Vishnu bhakti pratapana. When you take up the bhakti of Krishna, reading of Bhagavad Gita, etc., then you will be relieved from your past misdeeds. That is also Gita Mahatya explains very clearly. That's a benefit of reading Bhagavad Gita as well. And also, Krishna confirms in 1866, Sarva Dharman Parityeja Mamekam, very famous shloka. Everybody knows this shloka. Krishna is saying that give up all varieties of abandon your jobs, everything. Mamekam Sharanam, take my. Look at that. Who has guts to say, take my Sharan I'll give you? Because he is the Supreme Lord of Lords. He has that one. Mamekam Sharanam Raja. Take my shelter, my devotees. He is giving, we doubt because we have been in this world doubting everything, then we doubt Krishna as well as this material nature. But Krishna is very plain. Krishna is very, very innocent, folks. I'm telling you. He's very innocent. You don't need much to please Krishna. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. Give me even water, but put your love in that one. Krishna says very clearly. If you want to please your friends, please your spouse, or whatever it is, you have to work. Kitna minute karna padega. But to please Krishna, very simple. Krishna is so innocent that even haram is a bad word. Haram zada aise bolte na. Haram mein Ram shabd ki he thinks he is calling my devotee. How innocent Lord Sri Krishna is. And that innocent Lord Sri Krishna giving the highest benediction, nobody can give that. He will say, you come to my abode and you never have to take any birth again. He is saying, Janma karma chame devyam. Evam yo vetitatva. Tvachadeham punarjanma. Naiti mamiti soharjana. You never have to come back to this material creation once you take up my name. That's why Krishna says in Kali Yuga, he came in the form of Kalikala Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. He came in the form of name. In the form of scriptures, he came as a Bhagavad Gita. When you have Bhagavad Gita at home, Krishna is at home. Krishna is residing at home. And I heard a lot of stories from Latin American countries, people who had Bhagavad Gita, they put in their shelves, and after some time, they read Bhagavad Gita, they become devotees. Prabhupada says these are time bombs. Just matter of time, they explode, they make you devotees. Just have Bhagavad Gita at home if you are not having one. That's all. Krishna gives that one. And Krishna says, next, just give me 1 second, I'm going to Prabhupada. So one may cleanse himself daily by taking bath in water. But if one takes a bath even once in the sacred Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, for him, the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished. Look at that, how beautiful Prabhupada writes. One may cleanse himself by drinking bath of, we all go to Ganges water, very famous, very auspicious to drink that water. If one takes bath even the sacred Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, for him, if you take the Bhagavad Gita, for him, the dirt of material will be vanquished. You don't have to deal with any more dirt in your life. What is the dirt? Janmam Tujara Vyadi. That is the dirt for us. Going, coming back and again and again. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. But we are not learning our lessons. Now, what is that? Prahlad Maharaj. Punaha Charvita Charvanana. We are coming again back and forth, back and back. Oh, they compare with the Gana. Gana, English, what you say? Sugar cane. No, you take the juice, you throw that. Again, you come back, again, you're chewing the same, chewing the chewed. But no, nothing is in this life. You're suffering from corona. Doesn't matter rich or poor, you're all suffering. Bill Gates is suffering. We are suffering as well. The material problems nobody can escape unless you come to the shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Look at that. The dirt of material life is altogether vanquished when you take the shelter of Bhagavad Gita. Right? And next one says, because Bhagavad Gita is spoken to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one need not read any other Vedic literature. One need only attentively and regularly hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. In the present age, people are so absorbed in the mundane activities that it is not possible for them to read all the Vedic literatures. But this is not necessary. This one book, Bhagavad Gita, will suffice because it's the essence of all Vedic literature, and especially because it's spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. Okay. Next, Prabhupada explains. Here, one who drinks the water of the Ganges attains salvation. So what to speak of one who drinks the nectar of Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is the essential nectar of Mahabharata. It's a Mahabharata, Adi Parva. It was Krishna chose that place, time, circumstance to deliver Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Arjuna was in the critical situation of the life. Okay, I don't see any situation critical than Arjuna was there. Arjuna was given everything to fight war, but he was totally confused on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He said, Krishna, he had done so many penances to get from Indra, Pashupata, etc., etc. He acquired so much ammunition, but when he came to the point where he's supposed to fight, he was totally confused. Totally confused. He said, Krishna, my mouth is drying, my body is shivering, I am sweating, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. He comes with n number of reasons not to fight the war in Mahabharata. Right? Then Krishna gives this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Then what happens? He fights the war, he wins the war, and everything is a success. So reading Bhagavad Gita, a lot of people have misconception reading Bhagavad Gita for the old people, or when you're 60, read Bhagavad Gita. No, Bhagavad Gita can be read at any time, at any place, any circumstances. As I said, it was applicable those days, nowadays, rest of it eternity, because the spiritual knowledge given by Lord Sri Krishna. And who reads Bhagavad Gita daily, we are going to become successful in your life. We know how to deal day to day. I have experience working in, Foreign Wireless, most stressful place, and I never had any problems, because we are attached to Bhagavad Gita. Reading Bhagavad Gita will give the knowledge who you are, what you are supposed to do, how much you have to worry for everything. Okay. And Bhagavad Gita comes from the Supreme Personality, and the Ganges is said to emanate from the lotus feet of the Lord. We all know that Ganges comes from the lotus feet of the Lord. Of course, there's no difference between mouth and the feet of the Supreme Lord. So Bhagavad Gita coming from the lotus mouth of Krishna, and Ganges water coming from the lotus feet of Lord. And you get the same benefit of taking shower in the Ganges, and also Bhagavad coming from the lotus mouth of Lord Sri Krishna. There's no difference between these two. Why? Because Krishna's body is spiritual. Spiritual body is, what is that? Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti. Each part of the body Krishna acts. Krishna can walk with his ears. Krishna can eat with his eyes. That's why when you offer prasadam to Krishna, just a glance of Krishna prasadam gets sanctified. Because angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti. It means there's no difference between each anga of Lord Sri Krishna, because there's a spiritual body. Right? There's no difference between mouth and feet of Lord Sri Krishna. But from an impartial study, we can appreciate Bhagavad-Gita is even more important than water of the Ganges. Okay. And also, here Prabhupada writes very clearly, this Gita Upanishad Bhagavad-Gita is the essence of all the Upanishads. It's just like a cow, and Lord Krishna, who is famous as a cowherd boy, is milking this cow. Arjuna is just like a calf. And learned scholars and few devotees drink the nectar and milk of Bhagavad Gita. Look at how nicely Prabhupada explaining here. Upanishad just like a cow. Lord Sri Krishna, who is a famous as a cowherd boy, is milking this cow. And Arjuna is a calf drinking that milk. Because we all like to be Arjuna, we have to be a calf to accept and assimilate and take the message of Bhagavad Gita on day-to-day activities. See, that's why His Divine Grace Prabhupada has taught us how to live with Bhagavad Gita. You know, for the devotees, there is no materialized spiritual life. Everything is spiritual. Because devotees, if something is not connected to Krishna, that's not Krishna consciousness. You know, Bhagavatam says that, na utpadayed yadiratim sramayevahi kevalam. If something we are doing day-to-day activities, if that is not connected to Krishna, it becomes purely a donkey's work. Donkey's work. What is that? Sramayevahi kevalam. Na utpadayed yadiratim sramayevahi kevalam. Same way here. Right? So, and here, one more thing. Ekam shastram devaki putra gitam. Eko devo devaki putra eva. Eko mantra tasya namani yani. Karmapi ekam tasya devasya seva. How beautiful. This is, I like this shloka very nicely, Prabhupada explains it. Right? Eka shastram devaki putra gitam. We have so much literature. We are totally confused what to read, what not to read. And especially, I would say Hindus, so-called Hindus. We are totally confused. Even I have come from, I didn't know that, who is God, who is demigod, I didn't know that. And what to read, okay, you read Bhagavad Gita, you read shloka, it's a Sanskrit, I don't understand, we put in the shelf. Prabhupada, His Divine Grace Prabhupada, I would say, His Divine Grace Prabhupada, he uncovered the secrets of all the literature, of Vedic literature. He gave us a common person like me, how you implement bhakti in a day-to-day activities, and there's no material life for the devotees, only spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Everything you connect to Krishna, your job, your wife, your kids, every activity connected to Krishna. And He made us, fallen souls to, at least we have some hope now because of His Divine Grace Prabhupada's movement. Eka Shastram Devaki Putra Gita. In the present day, people are very much eager to have one scripture, one God, one religion, and one occupation. Therefore, Eka Shastram Devaki Putra Gita. There will be one scripture only, one common scripture for the whole world, that is Bhagavad Gita. Why Westerners are taking Bhagavad Gita? Because of its magnanimity of giving what ultimately a living entity gives. What is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu puts in one sentence, Jivere Swarupari Krishna Nityadas. What is the constitutional position of the living entity? Right, my Guru Maharaj says always, the perfect state of a living entity is being a devotee. What does it mean that? It means that a devotee, when situated in the constitutional position of Lord Sri Krishna, that is the perfect status of the living entity. Right? We all talk about liberation. I want to go back to Godhead. Liberation means you want to take a vacation and you don't want to do any activity. No, that's not the meaning of liberation. Liberation means that you want to be situated 100% in your constitutional position. Even when you go back to Goloka Vrindavan, you are serving Krishna. When you are here also serving Krishna. That's the reason why for few devotees doesn't matter. You put me in the hell or you put me in the Naraka. What is that Bhagavatam says? Narayana parasarve nakutaschala vibhyati swargeshu narakeshu apavargeshu tulyata darshanam. You put me in the hell also, Krishna, I am fine, as long as I am getting your seva. That is the pure devotee always aspires for that. It's not I want to go to Goloka Vrindavan. No, sorry, Krishna. Even Rupa Goswami says, Jivan Muktasya Uchyate. Even you can liberate in this material world also by everything attribute to Krishna. Right? That is the life we are leading by grace of Prabhupada, His Divine Grace Prabhupada. He taught us how to live in this world also when we become Krishna consciousness, right? Nothing of yours. Okay? Everything for Krishna, for the sake of Krishna. So when you have that developed, that only comes how? That only comes the practice, reading the Bhagavad-Gita every day. Actually, I'll just go to the how Lord Shiva explains to Mother Parvati. Okay. So I'll stop here about Prabhupada. Prabhupada writes, just let me read this one. In this present day, people are very much eager to have one scripture, one God, one religion, one occupation. Therefore, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam. Let there be one scripture only, one common scripture for the whole world, Bhagavad Gita. Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva. Let there be one God for the whole world. Sri Krishna. Eko Mantrasya Tasya Namani. Only one hymn, one mantra, one prayer. The chanting of his name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, Karmapi Ekatasya Devasya Seva. Let there be one work only, the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, we should not mistake this one only serving the temple. No, it's serving the home. Your job becomes your seva. Your family becomes your seva. Everything becomes seva, Krishna, when you are in Krishna consciousness. So this only we got this knowledge by the grace of His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada ki jai, because we should have that gratitude every morning, get up and thank Prabhupada. He made us human beings at least. He made us. He came all the way from Vrindavan. He took so much pain. At the age of 69, he was able to travel. And took so much pain. Now I see the importance of what he gave us. He gave us a treasure which we don't deserve it. Because of Prabhupada, we are all able to assemble. Because of Prabhupada, we are able to understand at least these scriptures a little bit. Otherwise, we have no clue. I am not a Brahmin. You are not Brahmin by birth. You are not allowed in the temple. Who gave that that kind of authority to say that? Prabhupada very clearly said, no, not by birth, only by karma, guna. Because these are there in Bhagavad Gita, but Prabhupada uncovered and showed to the world these are practically possible. Okay, so these are the glories of reading Prabhupada literature, and Prabhupada wrote very nicely Bhagavad Gita, and these are the glories of some of the glories of Gita Mahatmyam. Okay, what I would do next 15-20 minutes, I just wanted to show how Padma Purana explains Gita Mahatmyam. Each chapter of Gita has particular benefits. Okay, we don't have time to go through. I'll just go through first chapter, how Lord Shiva explained to Mother Parvati. Okay, I can send this link, but this very Gita Mahatmyam, the glories of Bhagavad Gita from Padma Purana. Right? So Bhagavad Gita so Goddess Parvati said to Lord Shiva, my dear husband, you know all the transcendental truths, and by your mercy, I have heard the glories of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Sri Krishna, oh Lord, now I long to hear from you the glories of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. She wanted to hear from Mother Parvati, wanted to hear from Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken by Lord Krishna, and by hearing which one's devotion to Krishna increases. Okay, so this is one of the byproducts of Bhagavad Gita, is that when you read Bhagavad Gita, your devotion also increases for Krishna. Then Lord Shiva replied, that person whose body is the color of the dark rain cloud, whose carrier is the king of birds, Garuda, and who is lying on Ananta Shesha, the thousands of headed serpent, that Lord Vishnu, whose glories have no limit, I am always worshipping. Look at that, Shiva is worshipping too. My dear Parvati, once after Lord Vishnu had killed the demon Mura, he was resting peacefully on Ananta Shesha. When the bestower of all good fortune of the universe, Sri Lakshmi Devi, respectfully inquired from him. Lakshmi Devi asking question to Lord Vishnu, Bhagavan, You are the controller and maintainer of the whole universe, but yet you are sleeping unhappily on this ocean of milk. What is the reason? He's asking question to Vishnuji. He's sleeping on the Varanta Shesha. Then Lord Vishnu said, my dear Lakshmi, I am not sleeping, but I am watching how wonderfully my energy is working. Okay, we all know that Krishna has three energies, etc. Right? It is by this wonderful energy of mine by which I am controlling all things, and yet to remain separate. Krishna always says that. Krishna doesn't anything, all his energies take care. He's enjoying with flute nicely. And it's by remembering these divine activities of mine that the great devotees and yogis manage to free themselves from the wheel of birth and death. Look at that. The great devotees, yogis, manage to free themselves by hearing his glories, means reading Bhagavad-Gita, basically. Birth, death, janma mrityu vinashini. Devotees, yogis, manage themselves from cycle of birth and death and attain that transcendental nature of mind. Look at the transcendental nature of mind, which is eternal, free from all qualities. Sat Chitananda Vigraha. Sat Chitananda. You get all three qualities. Eternality, Chit, knowledge, bliss. Right? That's the real form of Krishna, spiritual form of Krishna. Then Lakshmi ji said, oh controller of all things, you are the goal of the meditation of the great yogis. Nothing can go without you. And yet you are separate. You are the cause of the creation. He is the cause of all causes. We know that how Karnadaka Vishnu, how universals form, Garbhodaka Vishnu, Kshirudaka Vishnu. He is the maintenance and restriction of all the material universes. One bubble. Each bubble comes from Lord Vishnu's breath. One breath. What is the frequency of one breath of Mahavishnu? I was reading Bhagavatam last week. 311 trillion years, 80 billion years, 40 billion years is a one breath of Mahavishnu, which is equivalent to lifetime of Brahma. Then imagine where you and I stand in that. And what is our significance of in Brahma's life? Nothing, 10 to the power of minus 20. So, and yet we want to control things on this creation. So be careful with these things. Kindly inform me about the workings of your wonderful energies, which are so attractive, then that even you are lying here meditating upon. So then Lord Vishnu says, my dear Lakshmi, the workings of my multifold energies and how to become free from the bonds of birth and death and attain my eternal nature can only be understood by one pure intelligence who has an inclination to render service to me. This beautifully explains, right? Even Brahmasmita explains. What is that explains? Advaitam Achyutam Anadi Mananta Rupam Adyam Purana. Now, Vedeshu Durlabam Adriram Atma Bhakta. Only pure. Even if you read 4 Vedas, if you don't understand who Krishna is, a waste of time. But Atma Bhakta, a pure devotee of the Lord can just by entering service to the Krishna, they can understand who Krishna is. Come to me. Inclination to render service unto me. This transcendental knowledge is fully explained in Srimad Bhagavad-Gita. This is the benefit of reading Bhagavad-Gita. Lakshmi inquired, my dear Lord, if you yourself are amazed by the workings of your energies and are even trying to fathom their limit, how it is possible that Bhagavad-Gita can describe those unlimited energies of yours and how to cross over them and attain the transcendental nature? Lord Vishnu said, I myself have manifested in the form of Bhagavad-Gita. Folks, please pay attention here. Lord Vishnu said, I myself have manifested in the form of Bhagavad-Gita. Please understand that the first 5 chapters of are my 5 heads. The next 10 chapters are my 10 arms. And the 6th chapter is my stomach. The last 2 chapters are my lotus feet. In this way, you should understand the transcendental deity of the Bhagavad-Gita. Look at that. It's called transcendental deity. Bhagavad-Gita book is a deity of Bhagavad Krishna. This Bhagavad-Gita is a destroyer of all sins. And that intelligent man who daily recites 1 chapter or even 1 shloka or 1 of shloka or at least 1/4 of shloka will attain the same position as Srisharma had attained. And he explains about a Brahmana Srisharma. So look at that, how Lord Vishnu himself is explaining reading of Bhagavad Gita. And he's explaining what Bhagavad Gita. First, please understand, first 5 chapters are my 5 heads. Next 10 chapters are my 10 arms. And 6th chapter is my stomach. And last 2 chapters are my lotus feet. In this way, you should understand the transcendental deity of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the destroyer of all the sins. Look at that, how beautifully. We are sinful by nature. By our birth itself is a sin. We are taken because we are envious of Krishna. We want to enjoy independently. We want to lord over the material nature. That is a sinful action. That sin will be eradicated just by reading Bhagavad Gita. How beautiful. I just, and then Lakshmi inquired, who was Sri Sharma? What class did he belong and what destination? Okay, I just want to summarize this whole story right here. Sri Sharma is a Brahmana, and one day the Susharma had gone to the garden of one sage for collecting the leaves. When snake came and bit him, he died. After his death, he was cast into many hells, where he suffered for a long time, after which he attained the body of a bull. Susharma becomes a bull. The bull was purchased by a crippled man who engaged him in service. For about 8 years after that, with heavy loads, one day that crippled bull, the crippled man had piled a very heavy load onto the bull. Very quickly that he was forced that bull along, suddenly bull fell and became unconscious. Then many people came to see that bull, right? And one pious man bestowed upon that bull the results of some pious activities. Seeing that also, one prostitute also bestows her pious credits onto the bull. She gives some credit, she doesn't know what she gave. Then finally, what happens when this bull goes to Yamaraj place? Yamaraj leaves that bull saying that you got some credits from prostitute, that's why I am leaving you, go back. Then this person, he took a birth as a very highly Brahmana family. Because that prostitute gave some credits to that bull, now he went to Yamaraj abode. Yamaraj said, because she gave some pious credits to you, now you are relieved, and he becomes a Brahmana. Then this Brahmana gets interested, who is that lady prostitute who gave these credits to me? Then he goes and inquires. And that lady, again, she has a story that she bought a parrot. That parrot had a story that parrot, came from some place where Bhagavad Gita was recited. And parrot also got that recited, because parrots have that habit, right? So parrot recited that first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Then parrot came to this lady somehow. This lady heard parrots reciting, and those credits were given to this person who was a bull. And because of that, look at that, how the chain reaction of Bhagavad Gita, all the way from parrot. And parrot also was in some ashram, and in ashram she was reading, hear the Bhagavad Gita shlokas. That came to this lady, prostitute. She gave that blessings to bull. That bull this gave to bull. Because of bull got the credits and he was liberated. Look at the chain reaction of Bhagavad Gita. Even the bull did not do anything, but it came all the way from parrot to the bull. That is the effect of Bhagavad Gita, chain reaction. Okay, even in our families, if one takes up the, Narsingh Bhagavan gives guarantee to Prahlad Maharaj, if one takes up the devotional service in the family, 14 generations will be liberated. That's a chain reaction of these transcendental scriptures. Because Krishna himself is saying, I came in the form of scriptures. I came in the form of Nama, Kalikala Nama Rupe. This is the benefit of reading Bhagavad Gita and also Bhagavatam. Okay, so then shortly, Lord Vishnu, he says in the finally, after discussing sometimes glories of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Susharma returned home, and 3 of them individually engaged in the first chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and very quickly attained the supreme destination, Vaikuntha. Okay, folks, we are living in Kunta, all dirty, everything here, nothing to be enjoyed here. Okay, our happiness here is just a gap between 2 miseries. That's it. No happiness, real happiness doesn't exist here. Okay, so Vaikuntha, where are no miseries? And if you you choose, because we are all very smart, intelligent people, and we think what I am going to take when I leave this body, not what I am going to leave here. You live here, your 401k, your retirement plans, your houses, 2 flats in Mumbai, etc. Your folks will enjoy They don't even remember you. आप श्राद्ध करने के लिए भी time नहीं मिलेगा उन लोगों को. But if you're an intelligent person, think what comes with me when I leave this body. कुछ ना कुछ छोड़ना पड़ेगा बच्चे बीबी के लिए. But what you want to take with you when you leave this body. Krishna is giving very clearly, quickly attain the supreme destination just by reading his scriptures. And anyone who recites, who hears, or studies the first chapter of Bhagavad-Gita will very easily cross the ocean of material miseries and attain the service of the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. This is the conclusion of Lord Shiva to Mother Parvati, reading about Bhagavad-Gita, first chapter. Like that, every chapter of Bhagavad-Gita has essence, okay? And this is a benefit we need to take, and, especially Bhagavad-Gita as it is, Prabhupada has given. When we are children, Bhagavad-Gita is Sanskrit, I don't understand, etc. Prabhupada uncovered the secrets of all this transcendental literature, okay? And we can start reading and take the benefit of. And only my last suggestion is for the Grihasthas especially, okay? What we need to do that is, we have to follow 3 things by default, wherever you are, whenever you are. Reading, this also coincides with some of the Rupa Goswami's 5 items. Reading Bhagavad-Gita, Bhagavatam every day is must, okay? And offering prasadam to Radha Krishna, Sita Ram, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu deities at home. And serving the senior Vaishnavas. These 3 things we have to adopt to have a successful life. Reading Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita is a must, because we have morning to evening, we have so much dirt in our lives goes on. When you come in contact with the transcendental literature of Lord Sri Krishna, you are directly talking to Krishna, who is the remover of obstacles. Right? He is the one who he himself is saying that, who attains this one, supreme destination of Vaikuntha. Okay, so these are some of the glories of reading Bhagavad Gita, right? And Krishna is telling time and again, become my devotee, give up everything, and you will become like me. Vaikuntha Vasis have like Vaikuntha, Narayana, Lord Narayana features 400. Okay, all these things are possible. And also, it's very rare to get our human form of life in this. What is that? 8.4 million. Jalaja Navalakshani, Stavaraha Lakshramshdi, Pakshinam Dashalakshanam, 10 lakhs. We don't know what we end up in the next lifetime. Durlabha Manusho Deho, Dehi Nam Kshanabhanguram. This life can go any minute, folks. Nothing is guaranteed. Tatrabi Durlabham Manya. Rarer than that is Vaikuntha Priyadarshanam. Serve the devotee of the Lord. Take the shelter of the devotees of the Lord. That is what our life is successful. Because Prabhupada writes, a only intelligent person will take the Krishna consciousness. And also, yesterday we are reading Bhakta call that the person who comes to Krishna consciousness is a yogi. You might have done a lot of yagas in your previous lifetimes. You might have done a lot of Ashwamedha yagas to come to Krishna consciousness and take up Krishna as the Supreme and read Bhagavad Gita. So these glories of Bhagavad Gita is enormous, beyond our imagination. We are only describing few of them. Okay, so take the benefit of this human form of life first of all. Okay. And again, Prabhupada says, Dharmena hina pashbhi samana. If you don't follow Dharma properly, we are as equivalent as animal. We are just sophisticated animal, that's all. Okay, so this is the most precious human form of life. Take benefit maximum, because we are all intelligent people, want to get benefit of everything maximum. So take benefit of this one, make your life successful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
Anybody has any questions, please, 1 or 2.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you for a very inspiring lecture, Prabhu. Prabhu,
who is this talking?
Prabhu, this is Sushil Kumar here, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Prabhu, I met one friend who is from Kurukshetra, And when I was talking to him that you are from such a sacred place, as you mentioned also, he was talking about that there a lot of, I mean, in the families, a lot of fight happens basically, like in the brother and between brothers or sisters. So he was giving the example that Kurukshetra although is a sacred place, but what he sees, a lot of families, within families, they have a lot of fight basically. So just like as you mentioned, there are a lot of misconceptions. So how to basically explain if if somebody quotes or cites this example basically, even though Kurukshetra was a place where Mahabharata was basically the war was performed, and it's a sacred place. But if somebody gives the other way example that nowadays maybe it's all because of Kali Yuga, but how to give explain this basically to such a person?
I didn't understand your question clearly. So,
So Prabhu, I met a person who belongs to Kurukshetra.
oh, okay.
In India.
Okay. So you're saying Kurukshetra, they're fighting.
Yeah, nowadays, so they say that because Mahabharata happened there, even as of now, also the effect of that is that brothers fight between them. Basically, in a family, if there are two brothers, they fight between them also.
Okay.
So is that is there any sense? Is there any correlation?
So you're expecting that people in all Kurukshetra should be very pious and they should not be fighting?
Yeah, I mean, because when we say it's a sacred place, right? I mean, it's
a sacred place, right? It all depends on the consciousness, your consciousness. If you're not a conscious, whether you're in Kurukshetra, or wherever you start fighting, your consciousness depends on. Yeah. Now, if people are too attached to the wealth and this one, they start fighting. It doesn't matter in Kurukshetra, in Hyderabad, doesn't matter. Right? But only the place becomes sacred if you accept it as a sacred place, right? When you read Bhagavad-Gita, get the transcendental knowledge. I didn't know that Kurukshetra was the sacred before reading Prabhupada literature. Right? So they maybe, we should educate them. Hey, you are in the right place. Please don't do this. And basically, we don't know why they are fighting. Okay? Yeah, there could be several reasons why they are fighting.
Yeah, I think all because of money and all.
It's hard to say that each person individual case. It depends on individual case, what their necessities, requirements, why they are fighting. We don't know. I cannot just give a general answer. There is nothing the general answer.
Got it.
Yeah. Any more questions? So everybody convinced to write Bhagavad-Gita is the topmost. We are reading every day. Shall I take that message as a confirmation from all of you? Of course, most of you are. I don't want to say you're all devotees and you're already reading. I just wanted this humble request. It's not a demand. I see all of senior devotees here. I'm not trying to make any. This one, please excuse me, but I'm just, Go ahead, Prabhu. Dirgun Prabhu, you started your nice face. Go ahead. Unmute it. You're talking on the mute.
Yeah, only thing, Prabhuji, I was just thinking that devotees, wherever they go, they can create the atmosphere of Vrindavan. If you are chanting, you are reading Bhagavatam, you are listening, you are associating with devotees, that means you don't have to be practically in Vrindavan. You can create Vrindavan where you are. Also, just like our temple.
Central New Jersey, the Golaka Vrindavan. Where do you want to go? People ask me, where do you want to retirement? I said, I have nice services. What else I need? Rather, Sham, I'm serving. What else I need? My Vrindavan. See, we have Jagannath Puri. We have Vrindavan. We have Mayapur. What else we need?
True.
I have a right consciousness to think about it. We have everything in Central. I don't want to go anywhere. That's it. I am done forever.
You said it so nicely, Prabhu. That is true.
Yeah. Jagannath Puri, if you go to Vrindavan, we only have Vrindavan in India. But in Central New Jersey, we have 3 places together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Damodar Prabhu.
Pranam. Nice class, Prabhuji. Thank you for a very nice class. Thank you also.
Prabhupada ki jai.
You completed in time. Thank you very much. It's perfect.
Thank you. Thanks for the comments. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Wonderful class, Prabhuji. You were talking about sincere effort. So I just wanted to thank Sameshwar Prabhu and all the senior Vaishnavas who are, and we heard from you also the other day, who are really making. I have read the Bhagavad-Gita a few times earlier, but what I'm learning now from them is in so much depth, and it is like, I said it in the class also the other day, I'm kind of getting addicted to it. I don't want to miss any class and learning so much. So thank you all, the senior Vaishnavas also, for taking out all this time, putting in all this effort, even the Bhagavatam class. It is so valuable. It is such a treasure. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Absolutely, Mataji.
Thank you.
I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Definitely. It's
Yeah.
a good afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you
So
so much.
we are making the only effort is on our part is that, we are trying to make time for it, because we know that, this is so important. And rest is like, I'm not personally not doing anything, but, I'm just trying to take out time.
I know. I want to comment one thing, Mataji. Time. People say we don't have time. That is totally, I don't agree.
So Prabhuji,
Krishna expands himself as a time. Okay, everybody has 24 hours time. When you spend time for Krishna, everything falls in place. For example, I'll give you my example. Life. If you want to do some work, if you go somewhere, it doesn't happen first time. 2-3 times you have to go, you waste your time. But when you devote your time for Krishna, though that thing happens first time you go, you're done for it. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying this is the benefit, but Krishna takes care of us. We don't have to worry. No time is not at all excuse.
Yes, Prabhuji, you're so right, because earlier when it was, I heard, okay, read one verse. I'm like, where is the time? You go to work, you have to take care of family. But now, I'm attending 2 classes in a day. But yes, as you were doing it, I was doing my household work because that has to be done too. So, but, anyways, manage,
Right. I heard some of the Radhana Swami disciples, they are CEOs of the companies. Do you think CEO doesn't have time to do? But they're chanting 16 rounds, they're doing bhakti, they're doing CEO work also.
Yeah.
It's all mindset, Mataji.
And Krishna makes time, he
He
sees your endeavor. He sees your endeavor, and he somehow he helps you.
Krishna say, my samay ho. Mataji, Krishna helps us. Only thing we need to have a desire to spend for time, Krishna. Only you have that endeavorment from your part. Rest, Krishna. He expands he expands everything. Time, he expands as a house, everything he becomes.
Yes, I just want to, there's so many names I can take, but I'll just say all the Vaishnavas who've been speaking in the classes. Thank you so much for all your time and effort. Thank you. It means a lot to so many of us. Thank you, Hari Bol.
Definitely. Thank you so much for sharing, Mataji. Anybody else on the call?
Okay, 9:03. We may want to, unless somebody has question. Madhubali Prabhu, to conclude.
Okay. Thank you very much, Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu, for nicely sharing. And I completely agree that this not having time is a concept in our mind. Srila Prabhupada would wake up at 12 o'clock and translate books and carry out so many management stuff, sadhana, writing letters to his disciples. And so many things was encompassed in each and every day. And we see lifestyles of even sincere devotees who want to make time. I know some devotees who finish their 16 rounds before 4:30. Right. And I know some devotees who Okay, they started the vow with 16 rounds, but right now they are at 64 rounds. And they are carrying out so many other duties. So time is, no, it's,
An excuse.
it's an excuse, and at the same time, we have to figure out how we prioritize our own lifestyle.
Right.
Thank you very much.
I just give example. If somebody wants to give, okay, somebody says, hey, if you come every morning, 3 o'clock to so-and-so place, I'll give $1 million 1 month. People say, no, I'll do 3 months, Prabhuji. I'll do 4 months, Prabhuji. Because attraction of money is there. But Krishna here, oh, come on. I have to get up early morning. I have to do this one. So that's what I'm saying. If we have that mindset, if somebody wants $1 million, everybody put the line, Thanksgiving special day. For Friday, 2 o'clock, they put their beds and sleep there. Why? Just for the discount
Black
of 50%. 50%. Krishna, he said, you come to me, then we are not paying attention.
Good. Yes. It's all about conditioned life.
Yep.
Come out of conditioned life. Good. Wonderful. On that note, thank you very much, Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu,
Thank you.
for the wonderful class. As you all know, we are doing the 6-session course of the Essence of Bhagavad-Gita. It started yesterday. Every day it will go on till December 24th to prepare us nicely for December 25th, which is Gita Jayanti Day. Right, it's a Gita Jayanti Day this year, so we'll have a double festival, Krishna must, right? Krishna must, so that we can celebrate Gita Jayanti nicely with the right consciousness, right focus, and right absorption of understanding the concepts of Bhagavad Gita. So today will be the second session, starting at 6:30 p.m., 6:30 to 7. Before 7 to 9 session, we'll have Kirtan, memory of Dada. So, so every day 6:30 to 7 Kirtan, and 7 to 9 will be session till December 24th. Today, who am I, who is a soul, will be given by Amritananda Prabhu and Surabhi Sundarachal Mataji. So nicely attend that. Tomorrow and ongoing, we'll have this wonderful 6-session course going on. Apart from that, December 25th, darshan will have, we'll have an extended, almost every day we have darshan in the morning till 9 a.m. and then in the evening from 5 to 7:30. On Gita Jayanti Day, we'll have in the morning darshan open till 1 p.m. So you can take Ekadasi if you like, go and take darshan. Evening, it will be locked because those who are reciting, they will also want their safety. So darshan will be closed in the evening. It will be open virtually on Gita Jayanti Day. So,
sorry, what's the link for the virtual link?
We'll be sharing that soon. We are working out the technicalities through YouTube or Zoom. So we'll share that soon for the evening link. So that's on December 25th. December 26th is the recitation and realization and skit day, where individually you all can memorize a verse and a realization. And then we'll have a team event competition in the evening starting from 5:30 p.m. So that in that team event, a member can either a chapter will be given, and from that chapter, you can recite. A team member can recite a words, can share the realization, can perform a skit, and there will be different guidelines given on that particular thing. That's on December 26th. Then December 27th, Sunday, we are going to have this Gita recitation competition, Jeopardy around Bhagavad-Gita, and Kahoot quiz time around Bhagavad-Gita. So, jam-packed 25th to 27th. 25th on virtual, yes, it will start from 4 p.m. 6:30 will be the recitation of Bhagavad Gita, followed by perform this auspicious month, as Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu stressed. We should read Bhagavad Gita every day, read Srimad Bhagavatam every day, and also Nachatasman Manusha Shupriya, to become most of the many of us to join Krishna consciousness, because somebody took their endeavor to distribute books, right? Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu can nod his head. He himself is a recipient of distribution of that book. Is that right, Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu? Can you share that? When was that?
Well, sorry, your voice is breaking. What is that, Prabhu?
Can you share the rest, how you became the recipient of the mercy of the Lord's Bhagavad Gita?
That's do we have Devakinanda Prabhu on the call? Okay. Actually, I was living in Durham Woods. I moved from California. We're living in the Durham Woods. It was winter. We came in December. It was so cold, freaking cold. Then the Gundicha Mataji and Devakinanda Prabhu came with the pamphlet saying that we are opening ISKCON temple. It's 2003 or 4, I don't remember exactly. We are starting ISKCON temple. I have a big misconception about ISKCON after seeing that Dhammaradham movie. What is that? Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Not Jina Thaman singing a song, right? You all know that. I was a very misconception about, Hare Krishna means they gave drugs, etc., etc. So then, one evening we said, okay, let's just go and see. We told my kids were small, like Harini was like 5 years, 4 years. I said, should not eat anything there. Okay, they give drugs, etc. I'm very honest with that. Then we went there, and Gunagrahi Maharaj, he left the body recently. He came with his disciples and doing kirtan. And when they were doing kirtan, the Narsinga Arti attracted me, Lord, so much. Then we started slowly coming there, and we had a Gauranga Prabhu, he's in California now, and his wife, Mother Janaki, she speaks Telugu. Especially when you're attracted to the same language people, then, you get more like association. Then we started, and then slowly. Okay, this because of Devakinanda Prabhu's mercy, Mataji, and they came to our door, they knocked the door. Then I said, who is this? He said, I'm Devaki Nandan. It was so freaking cold. He came inside. Then at that time, I took shower. I'm doing Sai Baba Puja. I'm very honestly, Siddhi Sai Baba. We are the Siddhi Baba Pujing. Then, he just came for 1 second and he gave the pamphlet. Because of, Prabhupada said that how this distribution of pamphlets and books, even if you attract 1 person out of 1,000 distributions, our mission is successful. That's how I came into. And what else? What I have no words to express the thankfulness and the mercy as we are getting from divine grace. Whole family, like not including kids, everybody is Krishna. We get some meaning to our life, who you are. Otherwise, we are just like animals. Literally animals. Especially, I come from meat-eating background. I'm honestly sharing all of you. Meat-eating background. Where would have been without Prabhupada's mercy, and without Prabhupada, especially Devakinanda Prabhu would have not given that 1 pamphlet in those days, where would have been? So that is, I'm telling folks, every book distribution, every pamphlet also counts. We never know who becomes where. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu, for nicely sharing from my heart. So that's the importance of distribution. And we have this wonderful opportunity to take the last 2 weeks of this otherwise a horrible year, 2020. But no, pandemic, this, that, but it's bringing us much closer and focus in our devotional service, making us realize that at each and every step there is miseries, which we can practically experience right now. So bringing us more closer to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-Gita. So take this wonderful opportunity of this distribution for at least the last 2 weeks of this year. You can sponsor a box of Bhagavad-Gita, take a box of Bhagavad-Gita and distribute it out. Not only here, even in India. Just yesterday, one of our congregation members wanted to give a Telugu Bhagavatam set to one of his friend or family member in India, in where was that address? Hyderabad. And it was just distributed yesterday, one set of Srimad Bhagavatam, where I got a text back from Jew temple that yes, that Bhagavatam set has been sent, Telugu Srimad Bhagavatam set. Right. So like that, you can take seriously. Now, even if we are able to give a gift to somebody for Bhagavad-Gita set, I assure you that they may not realize it right now that it's an invaluable gift, but over the period of time, it will change their life. Just like Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu is mentioning, how a pamphlet, invitation card changes life. Similarly, it will transform many people's life, right? So take very, very seriously. Okay.
Prabhuji, quick question. The
Yes,
sessions we are having in the evening, so if you miss something, are they being put on YouTube or our temple site somewhere where all
being
the other
recorded,
lectures?
Simeshwar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it's Namarupa Das. So yesterday's class, Amritananda Prabhuji gave me the link. I'm going to upload in a few minutes. I'm downloading it.
That was record, right? That was recorded on Zoom. I don't think we switched on the YouTube yesterday. Was it there? Was it on?
No, I'm going to put
YouTube?
No, I'm going to put it. I'm going to upload it because Prabhuji saved it onto Google Drive. So I will upload.
So where are you putting it, Prabhuji?
It will be available on our temple YouTube channel, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. That's what I wanted to know. Okay, thank you so much.
Can it be uploaded on the Zoom also, please?
All right.
No, we can't upload it to Zoom.
It will be space problem. Yeah, account and space, other things will come into picture. So use the temple YouTube.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
And right from our website, we'll be able to access our temple YouTube.
I have heard other lectures over there, the ones that,
Okay. Good. Very nice.
That's fine. Thank you.
Our Govindas will be on also from 12 to 7 today. So, wow, we need some water. Take that opportunity. Okay. Already. That's about it. Anything else, Krishna Prabhu?
Yeah, 27th Sunday morning, His Holiness Vedavyasa Pri Maharaj is going to speak 8 to 9. Please take the advantage. Then 26th morning, Saturday, Parana time, 7:21 to 10:26 a.m. That we can close today's session.
Yeah, and I think there was also a request. Like every day we have 5 to 7 morning program, 5 to 6:30. is Japa, and 6:30 to 7 is Srimad Bhagavatam class. And then on Sunday we have 5 to 8 Japathon, Japa, and followed by 8 to 9 class. And some devotees approached, I believe Amritanand Prabhu himself approached, how about Saturday? So, yep, if you want to start the beginning of the year, 2021 is coming nearby. I would like to hear from you all. If we like to start from 5 to 8 Japa also on Saturday, and followed by 8 to 9 Bhagavatam class.
That's a good idea, Madhuvdev Prabhu. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Jai, Hari Bol. Wonderful. Will be implemented soon.
Yep.
Okay.
Madhupad Prabhu, you're not well.
I think probably I might have gotten something from. How are you doing, Sudhakar Krishna?
Okay, so what are you doing about it, Prabhu? Right now, you're not well, actually.
No, I am well. Don't worry about it. How are you doing?
Okay, I'm okay, Prabhu.
Okay.
Prabhu, get some eucalyptus oil, please, and smell it.
Okay, good. Thank you. We are recovered?
Yes, Prabhu.
On the path of recovery. Very good.
On the path.
Our prayers are all with you and Mataji, so long as we recover nicely. Yep. Yeah, it's a serious thing we all follow. Okay, good. Hare Krishna. Vancha
Kalpataruvyaschа Kapasindhu Geetanam Pavane
Pavane
Vaibhyo Namo Namo.
Namo